And Crystal Lucier keeps an eye on our wallets with financial focus.
I want money.
Morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Today, we're going to chat a little bit about the Small and Medium Enterprise Relaunch Grant that the Alberta government has put forward. The important thing to note about this grant is that applications do cease as of August 31st. So if you don't have your application in by then, you will not be reviewed for qualification. This grant is up to $5,000 in funding for COVID-19 impacted small to medium-sized businesses in Alberta. The intention of this money is to create cost solutions for physical barriers that are required, any personal protective equipment, PPE that needs to be purchased for your store, any rent or employee wages that you're having a hard time covering to get started, or any replacement inventory because you've been away due to COVID-19. You do need to prove that you've had a reduction of at least 50% as a result of COVID-19 to qualify for this grant, and they will send you that money direct deposit so that you can get your physical barriers and PPE in place so that you can relaunch. The government has committed to paying $200 million in funding for this grant program that is coming directly from the government of Alberta. And there are eligibility requirements. So to be eligible, you need to have a legal entity, which means that you either need to be incorporated and have a certificate of incorporation, registered under the Partnerships Act, which means that you have a partnership certification certificate on file, or a sole proprietor with a trade name registered so that they know that you're a registered business. If you are a nonprofit or a society, and you can also prove a reduction in revenues, and you have not received any of the wage subsidy or the CEBA loan or the RRRF loan, then you can qualify for this relaunch strategy $5,000. You also have to have less than 500 employees. If you've temporarily closed or had to tone down your operations through COVID-19, you are a qualified business. It is important to note that if you are receiving funds from any of the following, you will not qualify for the $5,000 grant because you're being subsidized in another way. So if you've received the CEBA loan, the RRRF loan, CERB personally, or if you've received the wage subsidy for your business, you cannot qualify for this $5,000 grant. There are also ineligible organizations. So if you are not registered in some form with the Alberta government, such as sole proprietors without registered trade names, or if you are an Alberta Direct mental health addiction center, or if you've received any funding grants from the Women in Homeless Shelters, the Community Funding Grant, Canada Emergency Support Fund, then you do not qualify for this grant amount. You can apply online. You can just do a search for Alberta Relaunch Grant, or you can go to alberta.ca/SME-relaunch-grant.aspx. Just Google it, it will come up. It's very clearly on the Alberta website with a blue banner at the top, and it again is called the Small and Medium Enterprise Relaunch Grant, and it is a maximum of $5,000. So if you think that you may qualify, or if you have questions about this, please look into it. There have been a lot of grants and loans and assistance that have been a bit poo-pooed by some businesses because they think that they just won't qualify. It's important that you look into it to see if it can help your business. If you do qualify, take advantage of this so that you can get your business going again post-COVID-19, and make sure that we're supporting small businesses, and small business is sustainable in Alberta even during these times. If you do need help, my team is here for you. We're willing to answer questions. Just reach out. Again, I'm Crystal Lucier with Preferred Tax Solutions, and this is TV7.ca.
I want money.